will
lay down. Stop
you.
it. And you have toys you can play with and shit. Don't be fucking with me.
Will you remember me?
Don't let your life pass you by. Now, what's this line? Hidden out for memory. Welcome to Heavy Friending. This is Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast, and we are happy to be here. We're happy to be fucking alive.
This is Heavy Friending. I'm friending you so hard. An alliance slowly forming like a boner in my heart. So if you wanna fucking friend me, better give me all you got. No, I don't take this lightly, cause it's heavy. Heavy friending.
There is an eagle flying. Yeah!
We're happy to be alive, okay? Because y'all don't know what we've been through in the last... You know what I heard in my head just now was TikTok, how everybody's doing that drama effect music.
Oh, yeah.
I just heard it just now, that dun dun. Maybe I'll add it in there because I honestly want to say it again. This is Heavy Friending, Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast, and you don't know what we've been through. Okay? I'm Laura Lee Bishop. I'm sitting here with Joe Barlow, and we're going to tell you everything. Okay? We're going to tell you every fucking detail. From
Yeah, you want to know
pissing in the snow.
Gossip?
Yeah, the cold.
We got it.
It's cold goss, not hot goss, y'all.
Yeah, it's not as hot as Laura's urine, but it's cold.
Oh man. Okay, we're here. We live to tell the tale, and we're going to tell it to you.
Yeah, let's explain some background. So
Yeah.
This is a podcast we record from Austin, Texas. This is some people say deep in the heart of Texas. It's Central Texas.
Yeah.
And people like it here, and they like it because the weather is generally one way.
And people like us, and that's one thing that we want to stress. People really like us. We are the hosts of really pretty much the top podcast in Austin, and now we may get slighted a lot and disrespected, and that does happen to us a lot here in town.
True.
But we are generally known by like the in crowd and the cool people to be, pretty much the #1 podcast in town.
You know who I saw on TV with another like friendship duo, Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
One of our guests, our former guest, was a guest on the Kelly and Ryan show.
Oh, really?
Today,
Who?
I think. Aaron Franklin.
Oh, Aaron.
He made a taco.
Old stingy Aaron, who wouldn't give us one single piece of barbecue.
You really did ask, but
I'm never going to let that go. I really am not. And actually, I tell it to people. I'm just going to be real. We schlepped our shit there. It was the morning. It was like early in the morning. It's not like they were out of barbecue. There was barbecue to be had. We got there early. It was kind of chilly outside. And we set up all that gear and everything, and we were super professional. And the least he could have done was just give us a piece of barbecue. And I'm never going to let it go. But, okay, anyway, Aaron Franklin of Franklin Barbecue.
Well, I'm just saying that's all I had to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
that's the thing is we interview people.
It's kind of a launch pad for people's
for a lot of
careers.
people, exactly.
They
No one knew.
They abuse us. Oh, maybe you heard of Zombieland 2. I guess you heard it because Jesse Eisenberg was on the show.
Exactly, and no one knew who he was before he came on this podcast.
No.
No one knew who he was. Man, every time I think about that, it gives me like trauma because I feel like I was so inappropriate in that interview, like instantly. And I always feel bad about it. But then looking back, I'm also I'm glad that we were like very on brand.
It was not my brand, I'll tell you. I'm sort
definitely
of
was.
a clean cut American, Mr.
Mr. American. Yeah. Mr. Man. All right. So yeah, we live in Austin. It's usually warm here. In fact, it was warm. It was shockingly, jarringly warm this weekend after the last week we had with this big ice storm that came in.
How warm was it?
It was as warm as your mom's chlamydia outbreak. I don't know. I can't think of anything that would work for that. Like I can't think of a put down sort of joke.
Well, it was definitely a put down. It wasn't a joke.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of anything that would like work for that.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
sure
funny.
Maybe I
It's
could. I'm
actually
not running on all
mean.
cylinders, okay? Because I've been traumatized. I'm not kidding. I really think I've been traumatized.
Okay.
I think something happened to me. I don't think I'll ever be the same.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
I'm laying in my bed, in my warm, snuggly bed with my husband and my little puppy, all snuggled up, having a nice Sunday night. And I get up to go to the bathroom in the night, and I go to turn on the sink, and lo and behold, the sink doesn't turn on. And I'm like, the fuck? It got that cold? This shit is frozen already? I thought this was something was going to maybe happen, but not like Sunday night, you know, like right at the beginning of this shit.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, the water's not going on. I wake John up. I wake John up all the time, just so y'all know. I always wake John up for the littlest thing, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing. If there's like a bug I don't want to kill, it doesn't matter if it's 3 a.m., I'll wake him up and tell him to kill it. I just wake him up all the time. I wake John up and I say, John, we ain't got no water up in this house. And he was like...
John's like, what is it this time?
And he was like, yeah, the pipes froze. I was like, yeah, the pipes froze. Don't you think maybe the pipe's going to burst or something? What do we need to do something? He was like, I don't know, just like open the faucets. So I go around and I'm opening all the faucets in the house and doing all that stuff. Go back to sleep. Wake up in the morning and I haven't opened my eyes yet. There's a little fucking puppy bugging the ever-living shit out of me, trying to wake me up. And I just go, John, my nose is really cold. And he said, the power's out. The power's out.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's where that music comes in again. The power's out.
Okay. Do we have to pay for this music? I don't really know the rights to it.
We always put music that we don't pay for, that we don't have rights to.
We always do?
It's fine. Sometimes, because we have no sponsors. It doesn't matter. We're not making money on this podcast.
I don't know. I mean,
I'll put it in again. Come at me. I dare y'all.
Well, if we're just gonna be, casual about it, let's play a Beatles tune. I mean,
okay.
No,
which one you want to play?
Don't do
Let's
it. That was a joke.
Let's fucking play
one of the deep cuts that people may not recognize would be.
Okay, I'm popping it in right here.
It.
Anyway, so yeah, it's like fucking literally 10 degrees out at that night.
See,
and there's no heat. And
10 degrees is not that cold, I will say. Like when you're talking about
cold.
Temperatures.
It's fucking cold when you don't have heat. Oh, are you doing what the people from the Northeast have been doing?
No, this is what I'm trying to do is illustrate to the audience, because I will say, I did grow up in Illinois, and 10, when it was, for us at least, when it was below zero was when you really, got cold. But like 10.
Oh, so you were in 10-degree temperatures without heat on a regular basis.
No, I'm just saying I want people to, I want the listeners who are not of the South to understand that when we say 10, we have to factor in other things. We have to factor in.
Oh, we're going to fucking factor it in.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
We're going to factor it all in,
I'm saying, guys,
y'all.
don't tune out because Laura's crying about 10 degrees. There's legitimate great reasons why, we all were very upset for this period.
Yeah, so the heat's out. It's 10 degrees. And we go downstairs and and I'm fucking shivering at this point. I don't even want to get out of bed to like put clothes on because it's so cold outside of my covers. Mm-hmm. So get out of bed and quickly throw on as many layers of clothes as I can because we don't know when the heat's going to be back on. I'm thinking, it's going to be all day the heat's going to be out. Maybe it'll be night before the heat comes back on. It could be all the way till nighttime before the heat comes back on. Okay, your nails are so sharp, monster. Get away from me. What had I just said? Okay, so anyway, get all my clothes on. And I go downstairs to look at the thermostat. And it's 40-something degrees in my house. Okay?
Yeah.
40-something degrees. Mm-hmm. Little did I know, it would drop down to 36 before I had to finally get my shit and go out of that home. I could see my breath. My dog was shivering with no end in sight.
Well,
so we go out to the car. We get out to the truck.
That's the other thing. I
thinking,
feel like there was an end in sight Because we knew it was going to be hot at the end of the week.
Oh my God. But on Monday,
Right.
I didn't think it was going to be Friday before my power went back on. You know what I'm saying?
No, well, so let me explain something too to people who aren't
I just
in
mean
Austin.
like I assumed they were going to turn it right back on in the near future.
Well, yeah, let me explain this. So my perspective is a little different. It was Sunday night when it went out for me. Really, I guess early Monday morning. But they were saying that there were going to be these rolling power outages. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I can handle a rolling power outage. I start unplugging stuff. Mm-hmm. I lower my thermostat. Mm-hmm. And while I'm literally behind my TV unplugging stuff, the power goes out. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I knew of the rolling power outages they were talking about. They must be starting them. Let's roll. Let's let's do an hour off for me and an hour on for me. You know, whatever it is, I'm fine with it. I can handle rolling because I knew it was going to be cold.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm ready to pitch in, do my part. I'm going to conserve power as much as possible.
We don't have the rights to it, but I'm going to put Rollin' with the homies in the background here.
Okay, then do Rollin' in the Deep.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
And but the point is, it never turned out to actually be a rolling power outage, at least for me. It was just, as soon as the power went off that night, I was just like you. I woke up the next day with that cold nose. I turned to my significant other. So I was like, oh my God, they're dead. There's no one there.
That pillow.
And then, I think we were about on the same page. I think it was in the 40s on that first day. I don't believe it ever got below 40 degrees in my apartment. But I do want to say too, like, yes, 40 maybe doesn't sound that cold. It's very cold when it's continuous and you have no escape.
Yeah.
It's not like you can hide from that. My head, I do think I started to get like foggy a little bit towards the end where I didn't feel like my brain was functioning properly.
Also, okay, let's put this out too. First of all, you can get frostbite on your fingers and toes in 40 degrees, prolonged like that for days at a time. Okay, it's not good for your body. And especially if you have like bad circulation or something. And I don't know how it is with type 1 diabetes, but is that one of the symptoms?
Low blood circulation. I mean, I think
I'm just saying.
It's definitely a condition that affects your blood. But I will say a friend of mine did get frostbite on her toes.
See?
So
there you fucking go. That's what pissed me off was the attitude of some people. Like, for example, I did a little funny video about being in the cold. Actually, when I made that video, I was at my ultimate coldest. Like, that's when I was like going to start crying. I had fucking had it. We hadn't left our house because everyone's pipes were bursting. And we were scared to leave because we were scared our pipes were going to burst while we were in the house or while we were gone from the house. And something terrible, some big leak was going to happen. Because when we left for a little bit the first one time. And then when we came back, they had like switched the power on for like a second. And in that time, made everyone's pipes burst around us in the neighborhood. In our neighbors and stuff. So we were really scared to leave. Anyway, when I made the video that I made that was kind of funny about the snow and everything, I was at my ultimate coldest and I was mad and I was like getting ready to cry. And I was like, I'm going to get up because I was sitting in the chair trying to warm with the blankets on me and my dog, she was shivering. I was like, I'm going to get up and move around, get some blood flowing. Because I was starting to feel like you were saying, like I was starting to feel like sluggish and like I was going down for the count.
Yeah.
So I got up to move around, and that's when I made that video. And the comments from some people, it's like the dumbest, most asinine shit. We're not complaining about being cold outside. We're complaining about freezing inside of our houses, seeing our own breath for days at a time. Days and days of no power in freezing temperatures.
And also, like, I think people need to realize, like, I didn't realize your pipes froze that first night. Like, the things here are not weatherized in that way that they're designed to hold heat, you know, because some houses could probably, I assume up north, would hold your heat if you lost power. Maybe it'd be, you know, in the 50s the next day and it wouldn't be quite so cold. You may not be seeing your breath in your house, you know, within a couple days. So I do think, and like your pipes don't freeze immediately, obviously, in the north because they've designed them to withstand that. So Texas is just completely caught off guard. I mean, clearly we didn't weatherize our power plants, which we should have done. We'll
get to that.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that.
And the roads, I think that's the other thing to factor in is you have these survival thoughts. And I had this at the beginning of COVID where I'm like, you know, I feel very isolated. I'm like, what can I really do? I can't be around people because I have to, you know, avoid this disease you can't see, this magical virus. And here, it's like the roads are completely covered in ice and snow because, again, I mean, we don't have the trucks or the salt or the infrastructure to clean these roads off. And certainly not like, you know, the priority roads are the major roads. And those seem to get somewhat cleared, but it was so you were just kind of trapped in your house that had no power. So psychologically it was like very scary.
Yeah.
I'm trying to plan like, could I set fire to different objects in my apartment? Obviously smoke alarms. You have these thoughts. I'm like, should I sleep in my closet because will the closet hold warmth better than not? You know, I'm going to turn off my cell phone. That's the other thing. When I woke up that first day without power, I was like, this is curious because I have no power, and also like my phone's not working at all. Like it's like dial up slow. So now you're just completely on your own. You're like, I can't really communicate with people. I'm stuck in my house because the roads are bad, and I'm going to freeze to death.
Yeah, all alone with a body pillow only a body pillow to comfort you.
Right, and a Jessica Simpson fan club, you know, diary.
So specific.
And this is where I'm writing my final words. I'm saying it was a great run. You know, some called me the chicken of the sea. I want to die, you know, as a man of the sea.
Right. Yeah, it was scary. And also, I mean, we were going out. John and I contemplated sleeping in his truck because he has a diesel truck. Thank God he got that fucking truck. Because, you know, in the Northeast, people have snow tires. And they also have, you know, your neighborhoods. Like, my uncle has a snow plow, you know, and he just, like, plows the streets of his little neighborhood.
Yeah.
People have that kind of stuff. We don't have that shit here, y'all.
Yeah, we don't have shovels for sidewalks.
And I want to say the same fucking way that y'all are like, oh, a heat wave because it got 95 degrees. That's how we think about y'all. But you know what I do realize is a lot of y'all don't have the same kind of air conditioning we have. A lot of y'all don't know how to dress for the heat. You know, a lot of y'all are not used to the heat. So I don't think y'all are a bunch of babies because you whine and complain like big old babies when it's 95 degrees. Okay? So you need to understand where we're coming from. We don't understand this world. And we don't want to understand this world. That's one of the reasons why we live here. Okay? So we don't have to understand that world.
Why can't we all just agree that 72 and sunny is perfect, and we're all miserable? Like, we can pretend that we're tough in the freezing cold, or we can pretend that we're not sweating through our pants at brunch on a 104 degree day. But let's all just agree 72 and sunny, maybe even partly cloudy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It might get a little hot in the sun.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the partly cloudy 72. That's nice. And that's kind of what we had this weekend, it was lovely this weekend. But sorry for the noise to the listener. My dog is chasing her tail in circles. And she got a hold of it now. She has it in her mouth. So good for her.
Well, it's annoying to me.
It's annoying to me as well. Trust me. I texted my husband and said, please come home. Please come home.
Please help me.
So yeah, I will say one of the things that did suck was not having water because I kept dreaming I could just get in a hot shower and be in there. And I saw people on Facebook saying the only relief we're getting is a hot shower. I couldn't take a shower. So what we had to do was we had no water. And at this point we had no reserve water. Okay. What we had was what was in our cup from the night before. So we had to get dirty snow. And by the way, you think snow is not dirty. It's really dirty because when you melt it, it's like not clear. Okay. We had to melt snow to use it to wash our bodies.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah. I washed my face with snow.
Why? How dirty was your body?
My face? I'm not going to not wash my face every single day. I'm not trying to fucking get a breakout. And by the way, I was supposed to shoot a music video on Friday. So I was really nervous about getting like some crazy breakout and like looking like shit. Because this whole time in my mind, the people that I was supposed to shoot the video with were like, yeah, it's happening. It's happening. We're doing it. We're going to be golden by Friday. And I'm like, okay. And then by the time Wednesday came, I was like, no, it's really not going to happen now. Because I can't do this. Like psychologically, I cannot do it. I didn't think it was that big of a deal until we finally like got back home. And I realized, like, I think it did traumatize me. It was more of like I think it was the idea that I get like natural disasters happen or like weather happens or whatever. But it was the idea that someone pushed a button or flipped a switch and turned it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
That it was within our control, that we could have had power and we chose not to by our actions that didn't prepare us for something like this. And the idea that someone takes my money every single month to provide a service to me and doesn't invest any of that money into making sure that shit like this doesn't happen.
Right.
So.
And they're making, because of this event, these power companies are making record profits because of the demand was so high. And so, yeah, that's what makes me wonder if it will actually result in change, because they're certainly not incentivized because, you know, at the end of the day, their whole system didn't shut down for months, because apparently it was close to something like that happening where we would have been using so much power that it would have shut everything down, and it could have taken weeks or months to get back. So I just don't know if they really, you know, are incentivized to really do it. That's why I kind of hope, because I was talking to my family in Illinois, and we were kind of like, yeah, I understand why other states should be annoyed with us for FEMA. You know, their tax dollars essentially are paying for our state wanting to be unregulated, independent power grid, and now the rest of the country has to pay for us because we didn't want to follow the rules. So I do hope that they even get pressure from like the federal government at some point that says like, listen, we're not bailing you out because you guys are trying to get by on the cheap and make billionaires out of people who are running this electrical grid.
And I want to be part of the United States of America, okay? I don't want to secede. I don't want Texas to run shit. They can't fucking manage a bowl of Jell-O. I don't want them trying to manage me. I want to be part of the United States of America. Please, don't do this to us anymore. We don't want any part of it. And, you know, everyone's trying to put on ERCOT. And ERCOT is fucked. Don't get me wrong. But Austin Energy, I don't understand. I have a lot of questions for Austin Energy because other energy companies were able to roll. Austin Energy waited too long to start rolling, in my opinion, to where things got so fucking critical. They knew it was coming. They should have started rolling sooner so that they would have avoided having to max everything out, because something happened where they had to max everything out because they maxed it out. Then they couldn't take anyone off to put anyone on, or some fucking crazy
and it's like
explanation they gave us that made no fucking sense.
The thing is, Laura and I have studied this extensively.
Yes.
We understand everything more than these people who claim to be experts. You know, they're like, oh, I'm a little power man. I'm like, okay, just because you have a lightning bolt on your helmet?
Exactly.
That's stupid. We know, we've done the research. I read at least 2 articles.
Well, I did read a lot because there was nothing else to do, and we kept going sitting in John's
power.
truck. Well, we were sitting in John's truck with the power on. I don't know why you didn't sit in your car more with the heat on, though.
I don't want to be around other people, really.
In your
car? For some reason, I think it's weird. I feel weird, like, walking by my neighbors.
Okay, well, that's a different... Wait,
I
want to get into this more. Just stop. Let's stop it and let's get into this. What do you mean you feel weird walking past your neighbors? Oh, my God. I'm in a hellhole right now with this dog. She's torturing me. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
I just feel like your dog's being rude to me.
She's being rude to me. I'm covered in scratches. I'm being abused. I mean, and we have to talk about Ruger too. I mean, we've got so much shit we got to get through today.
Well, chronologically, again, you know, I'm kind of a chronological queen.
Oh yes, you've told me that before.
And but we can go there because it is an emotional thing as well.
The thing I want to talk more about that. Just tell me a second about what do you mean? I
just don't really like to do it. I mean, I think COVID made it happen. You know, where I was like only wanting to take my trash out at night when no one's outside, and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to breathe in there.
So you think you're going to get? You think you're going to get COVID? That's what it is?
I think that's how it started. You know, early on, I was very afraid, so I didn't want to be around people. And now I think it's just rolled over. I don't think I'm that afraid, but I think I'm just still acting in that way.
Yeah. Well, you were already it's like semi-antisocial, so I don't think this helped.
I mean, I don't think I'm antisocial, but I do think it's hard to. I do think in general it was hard to get me out. Once I was out, I was usually, you know, okay to be there, happy to be there ish. Is that all you want to say about? Are we shutting the door on the power grid and stuff?
I mean, this is where I'm gonna leave it. It fucking sucked. We were displaced. We had to leave our house and go to John's aunt's house. For a couple nights because we did get to a point where we're like, fuck this. We can't stay here any longer.
Mm-hmm.
Ditty!
So, okay. She's yelling at
That's
her dog.
enough.
And
you
I was
have
trying to
stop
speak.
now.
I was trying to
Please.
say, I wanted to contribute and then
Go ahead.
wasn't able to. I was going to say, I'm Mr. Positivity, and that you know, I do think we saw a lot of bad things. I think at the high level, you know, our government officials, you know, maybe Senator Cruz or
we got to talk about that too.
Abbott. Okay.
Jesus
But
Christ.
I think at the top, we saw horrible things with this electricity board members and all these people we don't like. But what we did notice is that, again, and this is Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast, what we did see is really the people who saved me were friends. Laura and her husband, John, they came and saved me in that truck she mentioned sooner. They drove me to my other friend, Tom, who's been on the show, Tom. He came and allowed me to stay in his house. I took a shower as soon as I got to his house. He never lost power. So from all the bad things on the big level, you know, we never, and Laura's just been not listening because her dog.
Do you see what is happening to me right now?
Yeah. I just was trying to be positive.
I'm sorry.
And it was
I'm getting
really
abused.
hard.
I can't take it anymore. I'm going to lose my mind.
Try grab the mouth and hold it shut.
I've done that. Oh, I've done lots of things. I've tried a lot. Stop.
You ever
Now.
see how they? Okay,
Stop
she's
it.
really yelling into the dog's face.
She won't.
Have you ever seen? You know, alligators. They'll tie. Not tie. They'll put electrical tape around their snout.
Oh my God. She's
That might
hurting
be
me.
effective.
She's actually hurting me. Now she's biting my feet under the table.
But anyway, you know, back to me being positive and nice.
I'm sorry, Joe.
There were a lot of great people, and just even people reaching out on Instagram to say like, "Hey, how you doing?" I saw so many excellent examples of good, fine people.
Yeah, we came and got you, and we took you to safety in our big old Texas truck. I make fun of that truck all the time, but that truck like saved the fucking day because the roads were so bad and so scary. It was just, it turned to ice because like people drove and then it got wet and then it just turned to ice and it was so slick. And I don't know. I'm just glad that everything's okay and we're okay because there's people, I have neighbors here who literally like are going to be out of their house for 3 months.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're still working through it. I mean, the good news is the weather warmed up, so everyone's power usage went way down. Power's back to normal. We lost drinkable water for, you know, a few days, but now most people's water is restored. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done. So, hey guys, you know, you could donate to a charity.
Yeah, I don't know any of the ones or what their names
I know
are, but-
usually I don't like telling people to give money to people other than me or this show, but you know, look into charity. It's this crazy thing. You give money to people who need it.
But also, you just heard this really sad story about us. You could also be our patrons on Patreon.
That's true. Well, I will say my windshield did crack.
Yeah.
I have this giant, you know, a lot of
his windshield
people.
got so high.
I guess I don't. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
And I should remind listeners that this is generally a comedy podcast. So you've probably been laughing this whole time. You're just listening to us, laughing, enjoying our tales. And but anyway, yeah, I have a giant crack. You know how much it costs to replace a windshield?
How much?
It's like $500.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck my life right now.
Patreon.com/heavyfriending. Or, if you want to just message me directly because, I really need the money.
Yeah, I need the money.
That would be great.
I'm going to need the money to get out of jail because I'm going to... I can't do it, Joe. I can't even record. Like, she's hurting me. I physically can't do it. Like,
hurting me.
Get down! Please stop! No! 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 What do I do, Joe? Stop! No! Bad. Play with that. You have so many toys. Take your toys.
It's uncomfortable for me to watch.
I'm sure it is. What do you think? It feels like I have gashes all over me. What do I do? Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
I don't want to participate in this.
It hurts, Joe. Sorry, we had to take another break because of the dog. Y'all,
we don't know
I'm
where
sorry.
that cut off. We don't know where it is.
Y'all just have to understand. She's now at the teething part, which is like the absolute worst part. I'm in the middle of it right now. It's like terrible twos for a fucking dog. And they're mean and they're frustrated because their teeth are coming in, but they also are starting to get super playful. And before she wanted to play by herself, and now she wants to involve me in the playing more, and she thinks the playing is her attacking me, and she thinks it's really fun, and she thinks it's fine and it's no big deal. So that's where we are right now.
Been distracted or not an attentive listener to me, just know that it's probably due to the dog, but it might just be her normal sort of behavior.
I'm sorry, but you know what? This is real. This is what our podcast is. It's about life, it's about real things that happen in life. And I just had, some shit happen with me we lost Ruger, my sweet dog Ruger. I'm actually able to talk about it without crying this week. So that's good for me. I did last night. I had a big cry last night about him because I was just thinking how the room sounds so quiet now because he was always that now it just sounds so quiet in there without his little panting. And just thinking about, looking at him and then seeing this mean, vicious freak dog that I have now. Mm-hmm. And just the juxtaposition between his sweet, kind heart and this like demon dog.
Right.
And wishing that she could be more like him and praying that one day she will be.
She can grow into that. I mean, although, didn't you say when Ruger was young, he was pretty chill too?
Yeah, I think he's a better dog. I think that's apparent. I love this dog. I'm not going to lie. I do love her. Like, I've grown to love her now. And she's my baby, and we snug, and we play little games together. But the problem, I think, is that we got her during COVID, and I work from home, and she has my attention like 24/7. Mm-hmm. And when she doesn't have my attention, you see what happens. When she's not the center of my attention, when I'm not playing with her, when I'm not looking at her, where she's not being acknowledged, And so she goes, we're going to have to work on, I think I'm going out of town this weekend, but I think when I get back, my goal is going to be working on getting her used to like being in that crate and being alone. Because
I'm pretty good with raising dogs because I basically raised my parents' dog because they got Stella when I graduated and I didn't have a job. Mm-hmm. So I was at home all day with the puppy and they went to work. And so it was my responsibility. Really, I whipped that dog into shape. And I can give you some, and this is useful to everyone who's listening. If you ever happen to get a puppy, you can use Joe's puppy tips.
Okay, please tell me. I need to know.
Joe's puppy tips. Can we play something of Led Zeppelin?
Sure. Yeah.
Or, well, actually, Cat Stevens has that song, where it's like, I love my dog as much as I love you. So you could play that one. I mean, anything that's well known that we don't have the rights to.
Yeah. I think we'll just do them all in this episode, and then if we only, and that way, if we get in trouble, they only take the one down.
That's true. Oh yeah,
and I'm fine with them taking this one down because we just bitched about being cold for the first half, and then I got physically assaulted by my dog for the second half. So
that's true. Well,
it's
and
not
once
one of our
hear,
best.
Once you hear Joe's puppy tips, you're not going to let the dog do that. So the thing is, you need to lead with an iron fist, and any mistake, anything that annoys you that your puppy does. What I did was I would immediately lock the dog in the crate.
Oh, really?
I would. And I was, I don't know if this is like good behavior or not, but I was like, I would get so annoyed and kind of like you are right now, where I was just like frustrated. I'm like, no, we're not doing this. And I would lock the dog. And usually, it wouldn't be too long.
To be fair, I really would do that right now. It's just that we are recording a podcast, and when she goes into the crate, there's going to be some major noise happening, like more noise than is happening, or more disruptive than her biting me.
It's very sad though, because I'm like me thinking back to locking Stella up. Stella was a very sweet puppy, but she had this similar behavior where she was a bitey. We think she was a lab mix, and I guess labs are sort of a lab pit bull mix. Maybe
they call it mouthy.
Yeah, so she would bite your fingers and stuff, but she would like attack the trash cans and stuff, and like just, so I think I lost patience with her, and I'd be like, you're going in the cage. And but I think ultimately it worked out, but it is hard because obviously dogs have certain personalities. Yeah. And you can't fully like change who the dog is.
Well, also everything I've read is like, and listen, I'm not going to lie. I've smacked her. I have thumped her on the nose. I have held her mouth. I've pulled her ear. I've done there's like different things people say to do. But most of the things I read are like, don't do those things. She's a puppy, and that's how they are. And it's their nature. And what you're doing when you do those things is creating like a distrust between you and the animal that will follow them into adulthood when that behavior is no longer a thing for them anymore. They're just, everything I've read is like, it's a phase, it will end. Let them be a puppy. Obviously, if you can redirect them to a toy or something, that's good. But like thumping them on the nose or doing that stuff creates a fear and a distrust that will later be to your detriment. So I've been trying to be understanding of her being a puppy. And I understand that's how they play. That's how they play with their litter mates. And she doesn't have her litter mates. We took her from her litter mates. And how they play with their mom. And I'm her mom now, So it's hard to know what to do. But she is very bad.
I didn't really thump or, do anything. It would just be immediately.
Was she as mean as this dog, though?
I don't think I mean, it's hard because I don't know, obviously, I don't know if Stella was just a calmer dog.
Yeah.
And I think, aren't usually female dogs a little less like, yours is a girl too.
Yeah. Actually, I've heard females are worse.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, Stella was like, she was very puppy-like, but I was pretty, I will say, I think I was very strict. And I would just, I'd be like, okay, you're going in the cage. And she would chill out as soon as she went in.
Should I try to put her in the cage now and see if she barks?
No, I think this is just a process you have to do because Stella would eventually learn, like, she would get in the cage and then she would be very quiet and she would sort of, and then as soon as she settled down, then I would be like, okay, now you can come out and play.
I've also heard to yell when they bite you, like scream, like it hurts really bad. It doesn't deter her in the slightest when I scream at the top of my lungs. It's hurting me.
I mean, you probably scream a lot, so that's maybe the problem is your dog hears all these screams. Like Emerald Lagasse, he's in there shouting "bam" in the kitchen all the time, and now he's trying to be like, "Ow, don't bite me" to the dog. But the dog's like, "Well, I heard you shouting earlier, so I just ignore all your shouts."
So I just need to put her in the crate more, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because I think you shout too much.
I shout no at her too much.
I know. I just mean not even at her.
You mean
in
just as a
general.
person? I'm shouting.
Yeah, you're out. You're shouting. You're saying,
I'm out.
John, my nose is cold. John, I don't think we have running water, and you're just shouting all the time. So the dog is desensitized to the shouting.
Stop, Ditty. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. We have to end it. We have to end the podcast. I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. She's attacking me. Oh my God. Okay. Hang on.
Oh no. Oh no.
And we can't be friends. She's gonna annihilate my downstairs.
Oh, is she's free?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Wow.
I want to apologize.
It's okay. You know, I accept your apology. I am a little hurt, you know, like I really just wanted, you know, some friendship time, and your dog.
Yeah,
really
I feel like she ruined our.
that.
I feel like she ruined it. I feel like she ruined this episode. I feel like she ruined our friendship time. I feel like she ruined the kind of. I was in an okay mood. I hear her pacing around outside the door like a monster.
Oh, well, that's good. Then you know at least she's not destroying your house.
I think all of this is like a separation thing. Like even though she's present with me, it's not the Ditty show. She's now scratching at the door like a monster trying to get in.
Well, I was going to say, so I came over to your house and over the weekend, and we did a backyard thing, and John left for a little bit, and then you left. And like as soon as you left, you know, she had been like doing her own thing, chewing on sticks, annoying everybody, and but yeah, as soon as you left, she was very aware, and she like followed the fence like perimeter and stuff, and she was like trying to find you, and like she couldn't really forget that as soon as you left. So,
and it's sweet. We bonded, but it is hard, you know, that you can't talk to them. I wish you could talk to them and be like, hey man, she thinks it's fun. Like she's probably like, this is the funnest game ever. She's pushing me off. I'm jumping back on. Oh my God, what a fun time we're having. Yeah, and she doesn't realize that I'm not enjoying the time that we're having.
She's like, I like the taste of human flesh and the blood, and that's fun for me. Really
apparent by my arm, for sure.
Guys, never get dogs because it's sad and they're annoying.
It is. It is very sad when you have to say goodbye. I was thinking last night, I think I will always miss Ruger, and I just don't think I just think Ruger and I had a very special connection, and I don't know if I'll ever have that again with another animal. And that's okay, because then there's just a special place for him in my heart, and I'll always love him forever, and I'll always miss him, and I always wish that Ditty had more of his personality. But I'm happy we have her, and I'm happy that my dog annoying me is the least of my troubles right now, because there are a lot of people in Texas who are dealing with some heavy shit, whose homes are like actually ruined. There's people who have died. People died of hypothermia. Literally. People died in their cars on accident from carbon monoxide poisoning. People accidentally burned their houses down during this thing. There's been a lot of problems. So actually someone I know, he burned his entire house down and he died, and his mom and his wife. So that's the shit that's going on here. So the puppy biting me is the least of my troubles. I can deal with that. And that's how I'm going to leave it, I guess. Why are you so silent?
I mean, you said sad stuff.
Yeah, because I want people to understand. Because
I don't
want
them
to
understand. I was fine. I was okay. You were like annoyed with your dog, and I was fine.
Yeah,
and then you're like, no, why don't I make him sad?
Well, this is the deal, y'all. This is going to be my heavy friending guarantee to you. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, I'm glad, because it's just like a lot of scratching on the door and a lot of whining, crying. My heavy friending guarantee is that this season isn't going to be fucking sad. Okay? We started it off ready to go. We had a great guest on for the episode 2.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? We got a little wrench thrown in the gears, okay? That we didn't plan on.
No.
That's not the expression?
I don't know, but keep going.
Okay, we didn't plan on it, and yeah, it sucked. We're here to give you an update, but I'm telling y'all, next fucking week.
Oh my god!
Next week, it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so funny. It's not funny at all. It's gonna be so funny. It's boring almost. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get how funny it is. You're probably gonna be bored for a lot of it.
Okay. Whoa.
It's gonna be so funny. It may even make you sad.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's my guarantee.
I liked
y'all.
your message.
I can promise you
until the end, and then you changed the message.
No, we're gonna do better. We're gonna be better. We're gonna, we always rise. We always rise.
Oh, what song would be good? Oh, what if we played the Rocky?
What if I put like? Oh, I was gonna put say like a Katy Perry. What if we did "Baby, You're a Firework"? One that's really, really, really like super gonna get us in trouble.
Okay.
Like Rocky theme song. I don't think anybody's trying to like come after.
Yeah,
you
but
for
I
that
guess
one.
I was thinking
But,
more like on the emotional level of like we're coming back.
I could play one of my songs. Oh, actually,
We're not going to
you
get in
mad at
trouble
me
for your
this.
song. You own the rights.
But wait, though, I was going to say this. You get mad at me for this every single time, and because I always forget to premiere my song on my own podcast.
Oh, are you going to play it right now?
So I have a new song that comes out on Friday.
And you're going to play it right now.
And I don't know when this episode is coming out because I don't know which one of us is going to edit it.
You are. Because I was saying you can edit in this thing here. And I was making it very complicated.
Yeah, I just don't know when I'm gonna get around to doing that. Considering we'll see. But the point is, it comes out on Friday.
So it might
February 26th.
already be out.
It's called. I hope that I get this out before then. It's called "Do It Again." It's nostalgic, has a music video with it that means a lot to me, and I'll link that down in the description below. And you're hearing it here first. Actually, I think a radio show's playing it tonight.
What the hell?
You're hearing it here. Well, that's only fleeting. This is permanent. Like people could listen.
No, I
to
thought
it
you
again
said
and
we're
again.
deleting this episode because it's going to be taken down.
Well, it
Okay,
may be.
so
It may
it's
be
not
when I do a
it's not
copyright.
permanent.
I'm gonna do a copyright strike on it to get it taken down because it's so bad. This episode.
Just make sure you don't delete this episode because it probably will be deleted from the servers.
Yeah, it will definitely. Yeah. It'll be deleted. It'll be deleted from my hard drive. Like it never happened. Probably because I'm gonna get like pet CPS called on.
Yeah, I know.
me.
If they could see what I
PETA.
saw,
Yeah, I spanked her.
she spanked her puppy, a little cute puppy.
I spanked her. Yeah, I did on the butt. I spanked her because she was annihilating my arm. Anyway, this is called Do It Again. It's about wanting to start over, but being okay with everything playing out in the exact same way. Oh my God, she opened the door.
God.
She just opened the fucking door.
And she's small. How
Okay.
did she do that?
She pulled the handle. And
her
she
mouth?
had to... she jumped up with her arm, I'm assuming, and pulled the handle. She just opened
Oh,
the door.
no.
You saw it. You saw it, Joe.
That's insane. And she immediately
Y'all-
went and bit your hand.
Yes. So this is what's happening. Anyway, enjoy Do It Again, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Heavy Friending, and it'll be better because I'm going to make a babysitter come and watch my dog.
I try to run away from your memory, but I just can't do it. I end up right back where I met you, baby. I play it all in my head. What went wrong? How did we end up like this? Can we give it another go? Undo what we did. We can move fast or take it slow. Undo our undoing, and then I wanna go back and do it again. I wanna do it again. Oh, I wanna go back and do it again, and then we'll do it again. Oh, I'll do it again. Take back the way I left, the things you said. We could just forget it. Maybe our history will only repeat itself, but it's worth the risk. In a loop, but I don't care if I'm with you. Can we give it another go? Undo
Where the fuck is my husband? Where is he? I'm a single parent.
Trying to
Do you see this?
make a podcast.